Hello coders, in this particular video I'll be showing you how to install Jupyter Notebook in your local computer and use its web interface to run Python code. So by web interface I mean that notebook, that is Jupyter Notebook, runs on your browser as a web page, and in that you can write comments, formatted by means I mean you can add color to it and stylize it, and then just below it you can execute some Python code. So comments, that is what the thing you are going to achieve, written in some comment, and below it some Python code. All of that can be written in a single web page, and you can share it and you can create multiple Python files in this Jupyter Notebook. So if I the first step would be, so let me just go to properties and make the font a little bit bigger so that it is more viewable. So what I am writing the code. So here if I simply write, first of all let me try CLS to clear out earlier syntaxes, earlier scripts which I had run on my command prompt. So I'll be writing pip list to check whether my Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab is being earlier installed in my local computer or not. Let's wait for a few minutes and see what it shows. So I have to search for Jupyter Notebook. So IJKLM. So here you can see I have already installed Jupyter Lab, and so Jupyter, here Jupyter is being installed. That means that Jupyter Notebook is already being installed in my computer. So at any instance of time, if you feel like that you don't need Jupyter anymore, simply you can write pip uninstall and then the name of the package or the name of the module you want to uninstall. So that's Jupyter. Simply place enter and the command prompt. Okay, so I think pip. Okay, so the spelling of the uninstall is, there is a mistake. I have forgotten to write the n in it. So let's wait for a few moments. So it is asking that whether I need to, I want to uninstall it completely. So I'll be pressing Y from my keyboard to uninstall it. Okay, so successfully uninstalled. So let me press CLS one more time. This time I will be writing Python and then, sorry, not Python. So pip is like a npm package manager which installs module in Python. So I'll be asking pip to show its list. Let me check whether Jupyter is present in my this list of pip. So let me check whether it has been successfully uninstalled or not. So I am having JS pointer, Jupyter client and something server, lab, all these things, but I don't have Jupyter. So if I simply, so to install Jupyter, I have to simply write pip. So okay, so let me open up Chrome. In the Jupyter homepage, it is clearly written and in a gist that how you can install Jupyter. It's simple as that. So you need to go to this Jupyter notebook and a simple step-by-step guide is being written in there. So all you need to do is that you need to click on this install section and they have written it. So here is the simple these two lines, pip install notebook, and after that Jupyter notebook. Whenever you are writing this command in your command prompt, the web page would be loaded up in your browser. So let me roll back to command prompt and there I will be writing pip and install, and according to their, see here it is written pip install notebook. So what I'll be saying that I'll be writing pip install notebook and then press enter and wait for a couple of seconds or maybe minutes depending on the speed of your laptop and your internet connectivity. So let me now check whether my notebook is installed or not. So let me again write CLS to clear out the console, and I'll be writing pip and then list. So let me now check whether Jupyter is installed or not. So here it is showing that JSON, Jupyter client, JSON, JS pointer, Jupyter lab, Jupyter LSP core client, Jupyter pointer. So Jupyter notebook, okay. Here it is written notebook 7.3.2. It's been installed. Fine. So now what I'll be doing is that I need to simply write, to run the notebook, I have to write this particular code, Jupyter notebook. So now I'll be writing Jupyter and then notebook, and simply it will open up Jupyter notebook. Hopefully. So it will be first starting up the server, and then it will be opening up in Chrome. So here it is. It's opening up. Okay, so in this particular context, I faced some issues and I solved them. So what you need to do is that if somehow this page doesn't load up in your Chrome browser, or the browser you are asking it to run, what you need to do is that you need to there is a particular path in here. So there is a script path. Let me scroll up a bit. Jupyter notebook, okay, server notebook token, here it is. You need to add this script path, this runtime environment. So you need to control C, then press window M to minimize this particular all of the open tab. Press here control V, then press enter. Fine. You need to add this particular runtime environment, that is control C, and then go to environmental variables. If the thing doesn't work properly, then you need to do this thing. Then go to environmental variables, and from there search for the path, and from there edit and add this new path, then close the command prompt and run Jupyter notebook one more time. Apart from this, there is another, the Python must be present, that is the Python executable path must be present in your environmental variable. So let me open up another command prompt, cmd. So in here you will be writing which Python. Okay, so where Python, yeah, it's where Python, not which Python. So where Python, this particular path, the path to the executable Python file, this particular path has to be present in your environmental variable. Do remember, while installing, after downloading of the Python file from the Python organization, there is a particular, while the installation wizard opens up, there is a particular checkbox in which it says that add path to the environmental variable. Do check that path. Do check that checkbox. Then when you install the Python, this path will already be added to your environmental variables. So these are the two drawbacks which I faced while writing, executing Jupyter notebook. Now there is again another issue I am going to show you. So if I particularly if I go to this this Jupyter file in here, and if I create a new folder, say new folder, and I'll be naming it as collections Python. So I'll be writing some code of collections in Python. If I press enter, now the question arises that why is this collection Python, this particular folder has been created. It's simple. Again, move to this command prompt and let me press Ctrl C to close the server. Now you need to press CD, and here the path is being given. Just simply copy it, Ctrl C, and then move to your this particular, okay, from here. So you also need to this is a scripts path. This scripts path is being present in here. So if I open up my command prompt and let me show you. So here it is, user updater robbing Jupyter runtime. This script path is the Python script file, and this is the runtime environment for the Jupyter. If Jupyter doesn't open up, you need to add these paths to your environmental variables. Now let me press here Ctrl V, then press enter. So here should be a file named collection Python. Here it is, collection Python. What if I don't want my files to be situated in here? So it's simple. What you can do is that maybe I want some folder in my desktop. So let me close this one and close this as well. So I need this, don't need this Chrome browser at this moment of time. So let me press Ctrl Shift N to create a new folder. So I don't think that any folder has been created. Ctrl Shift N. Somehow my Ctrl Shift N is not working. Okay, not an issue. Let me press new folder from here, and I have been naming this folder as Jupyter. Fine. Now press enter. Then press enter one more time. From here I will be writing cmd. And if I write here Jupyter, not Jai, Jupyter notebook, and if I hit enter, So the server is starting up. Let's see whether the file, okay, it's loading. So if okay, so it is opening, and there is no, I mean, in this folder there is, I mean, the folder from where this Jupyter notebook script was being executed, in that particular folder there was nothing. I mean, that folder is empty. For that reason, in this tree structure, none of the folder is being showing up. So if I simply create here a new folder, and maybe I will naming it as collection, and press enter, and if I minimize this one and then open this Jupyter book, so here you can see that there is a folder named collection. So in this way you can arrange your code in different directories within Jupyter notebook. So let me also show you one more thing. Let me press window key and press default, okay, default apps. Let me click on it and let me make a change. So instead of using Google Chrome, I'll be using Microsoft Edge. Now if I close this window and this command prompt from here, so yeah, my Jupyter notebook is still running. So let me press Ctrl C to stop the server. The server has been stopped, fine. So now if I write here cmd and press enter, now in here if I simply write that Jupyter and then notebook and hit enter, so the server is starting up. Let's see whether it opens up or not. So something was see. So now this time our web page is being opened up in Google. In Microsoft Edge. See, it's opened up. So in that way, from the default application, you can choose your favorite web browser. Maybe it could be Chrome or Apple Safari, or maybe this one Edge, which is being inbuilt of Microsoft. Whichever browser you are wishing to launch your Jupyter notebook in, just go to the default app and select your favorite browser. Now comes the coding section. So in the new, I'll be clicking on this Python. So this is my first program. So I'll be naming this file as fast. So click on this untitled section, and here just simply write fast. Okay. So I don't know. That's why I don't use Chrome that much. I am not familiar with Chrome. Sorry, not familiar with Edge. What it asks I didn't read. Anyways, so I'll be writing fast. No, the first spelling is there is a spell mistake, and then rename. Fine, this is my first file. Now the question comes that I want to add some comment in it. How can I do so? So you need to simply, there is a section in here, code. From their code you need to select this one, markdown. Then here you can write some HTML code in it. So h1 and then style equal to font, maybe color is blue, not blue, maybe color is red. Close this one, my past hello India program. Okay, now let's click on this run button. So here, so in this is the beauty of the Jupyter notebook. You can add your formatted comment, you can combine your HTML, and here in the below section it has installed some extension. I don't want this extension. Anyways, after the ending of this particular video session, I will be changing my default app from Edge to Chrome back again. So this is the beauty of this particular program, that here you can simply write print, and then so all I did, you can just, I mean, I am moving my while clicking, moving the cursor wheel, I can make the display bigger or smaller. So I can simply say that print hello India, and to execute this particular script you can click on this play button, whose shortcut is shift enter, shift followed by enter. So while pressing down shift you have to press enter. So that's hello India. Now I can say that maybe str equal to hello India, fine, and I want to print str. So it's hello, that means HELLO, that's 5 character. So I want to print from 5 till end and close the bracket. Let's press shift enter. Let's see what is the output. It's India. So H1, E2, L3, L4, O5, HELLO, fifth character. So the next character, I think there is a space as well. So if I press here instead of 5, if I press 6 here and then press shift enter one more time, it's still India. So in the earlier instance of India which I was running, in the from the fifth character onward means it was printing a space before India. So that's a example of slicing in Python. So what you can do is that you can add a new block up there, and from again you can, from the code you can select this markdown option, and here you can see paragraph and then style equal to font size. I want the font size to be maybe 30 px. Fine. Apart from that, I also want the color to be magenta, maybe. Fine. So this is an example of slicing. Okay, so I forgot to close the semicolon. Slicing is SLICING, slicing example in Python. Now I need to close the paragraph. Fine. Now I can press shift enter. See, slicing example in Python, that's a magenta color. So now if I close this particular terminal, I mean this particular window, so okay, leave. So in here you can see, if you just refresh this button, there is a file known as first.ipnyb. So this is a Python file. You can at any instance of time you can click on this file and you can get, I mean whatever you have just written the script earlier, you can get all the stuff. Somehow I forgot to save the file. Okay, so hello India, str hello India. Maybe I forgot to save it. Anyways, I will be writing str and then 6 colon colon colon. Okay, print. Okay, fine. Now let's press shift enter. Syntax error. Fine. So str, there will be a bracket brace. I forgot to close one brace. Shift enter. India. Fine. Now let me insert a new cell above, and there I will be simply writing the code back again. P and then style equal to, and I'll be saying that font size maybe 45 px. Fine. Then press a semicolon, and then I'll be saying that color is magenta. That's it. Let me close the semicolon, close the angular braces, and write slicing example in Python. Fine. Let's close the paragraph and press. Okay, so from code I need to select this markdown as well, and then I need to click, press shift followed by enter. Now let me press Ctrl S from my keyboard. Now let me close this first. Fine. Now let me now let me refresh the web page. Fine. Now click on the first.ipnyb. Okay, so this time slicing example in Python is showing up. My first hello program, both of the things are showing up. So in the last time, what I forgot to do is that whenever you are writing some code and making some changes in the web page, you need to press Ctrl S from your keyboard, so that the save which you did or the script you ran, it gets permanent. Okay, so now let me close this particular, so before closing this window, let me go here in this command prompt and let me press Ctrl C. So whenever I am stopping the server, what will be happening is that, also notice that here it is written localhost 8888. I'll be also guiding you that if there are some programs which is being currently running on port 8888 and you want to change the default port number from this to something else, what do you need to do? So let me refresh the page. Let's see what happens. See, and reach the page, and again in the home section, if you just refresh this page, see, since the server has stopped, for that reason this particular web page is not opening up. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be closing the command prompt and I'll be changing the port number. So here again I'll be writing cmd, then hit enter, and this time I'll be making a change to the port number. So for that there is a simple code. So as being discussed earlier, that we can simply say that Jupyter, sorry, Jupyter and then notebook. And remember that in case of version we write hyphen hyphen version. In the similar way, if we want to change the port, we will be writing port equal to, maybe I will be writing 8979. That's the port number in which I want to run this particular web page. That is a particular server. So let me press enter and let's see what happens, if any error throws up or not. Let me run it and see whether, okay, it's running. So see here it is written 8979. See here it is written 8979. Fine. So let me click on the first .ipnyb. Let me see whether that file which I had earlier created, whether it is showing or not. Yeah, it's still showing. Okay, so before ending this video session, there will be another one in this Jupyter notebook in which I will be showing you that how to I mean in the collection framework we are having list, then tuple. I think list, then set tuple, list tuple set dictionary, list tuple, list is bracket tuple. Okay, I'll be discussing in that. There are 4 things in which there are some ordered, then there is something unordered, and there is something mutable and unmutable, and dictionary is a key value pair. We'll be discussing on the collection interface in Python in this particular Jupyter notebook. So that's an introduction to your Jupyter notebook in which you can beautifully, I mean this is a very, if in Visual Studio Code, if you are writing any code and giving hash, so in Visual Studio Code to give any comment, we in general we type hash, that is pound symbol, this one, but that doesn't look good. So if you want to mark it down and give the proper formatting to your comments, you can use this Jupyter markdown. Let me press shift enter. You can use this Jupyter web interface in which you can add some formatted comment along with writing some Python codes in it. So that's all. That's a short introduction to this Jupyter notebook. Before ending the session, I want to again so let me also, so this is the, let me press Ctrl C to stop the server. So it's simple. You need to write is that pip install notebook, and then you need to write Jupyter notebook, and that would open up your Jupyter notebook. And these 3 things should be kept in mind, that if the Jupyter notebook doesn't open up in your browser, you need to add your Python 312, I mean the Python file script path to the environmental variable. Apart from that, this is running in, there is something a runtime environment. You need to add this particular runtime environment to the in your environmental variable if Jupyter notebook doesn't runs properly. And if you want to know that where the Python exe file is present, you can simply write which Python, I think it is which Python or where Python. No, it's not which Python, it is where Python. The command is where Python. So in this where Python, the Python executable path is being shown in your command prompt. You need to add this particular path to your environmental variable, this path. And while installation of Python, if you have forgotten to check that particular checkbox in which it is written, add environmental variables to add path to the environmental variable. If you have forget to check that particular path, after installation of Python, you can manually select this one, and to check whether your Python is installed or not, you can simply write Python hyphen version. This is one way. Also, there is another way to check Python version, which is Python followed by hyphen and in caps P. In both way you can view the Python version, and to view pip version you can simply say pip version, and this is my, so this is the pip version. Okay, so that's the way. That means that pip is already, that the pip is present in my computer, I mean my local computer. So that's all for this short video tutorial. If you have liked this video, do throw some comment, like, and let me know on any particular Python topic if you would like to know in details. I will be making some videos more in Jupyter notebooks, in Visual Studio Code and other IDEs to make most out of this. In this age of AI, artificial intelligence, Python is blooming up, and it has a broader prospectus. So keeping that in mind, I'm making some videos on Python. So anyways, let's not elongate the video with gibberish talk. There will be some videos on Python, projects in Python. For this video session, that's all. Happy coding, guys, and thank you.